Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Happy Sunday. Stopping by like really quick. I got emails, I would say in the last week, maybe about six, maybe about six emails. I'll say about six. And the question was, should you do certain events? And then how much should you charge? Like for not like, but how much should you charge for your pieces? I have said that in a number of videos. I would never tell you what you should be charging for your product. That is a line that I hope I never cross. That's something that you have to figure out on your own. And when it comes to like different events that you want to sell at, all I can say is research the event. They should have a website, they should have Instagram, they should have maybe a Facebook page, like all those things. If you research by going to their website and they have a gallery and you're looking at the pictures, right? You can look at the pictures and you can see that they just have crowds and crowds and crowds of people, right? That is an indicator that they have high foot traffic. However, do they spend money? That's another thing. So do they have pictures where you can see the vendors, or even if they had like a list of the different vendors, you could always reach out to a vendor if they have the name of their business. Go type in the website, see if they got a website. Many people have an email where you can email them or contact me page. You could contact them and say, hey, I saw that you did um, the God is most marvelous conference on August the 23rd of 2021. Can you tell me a little bit about how it went, because I'm thinking about being a vendor? It's okay to do that, and if they're honest with you, they'll tell you, girl, don't waste your money. Or they'll say like, yeah, it was like really profitable. Or if they ask you, well, like, what product do you sell and this type of stuff. And remember, people don't want competition. So if you contacting somebody that sells jewelry, right, maybe you make candles, okay? Or try to skeet around the question or something, because nobody wants competition. If you selling jewelry and they plan to be there next year, they don't want another jewelry person, to be selling there too, because that's competition. And that's just people's mindset. It's just how people think. I was thinking about this the other day. Can you imagine if Almighty God, oh my God, Almighty God, in all his wisdom, all his grace, and with all the blessings that flow down on us, if he can give us 0.0.0.0.1% of a $70 billion business, even with that, you're doing good, right? Even with that, you would be doing good. It's like, okay, out of a $70 billion industry, I'm like, you know what? And I'm gonna tell you guys how I be thinking. There is I gotta do my hair. My hair is like all piled up in here right here. I gotta do my hair. Um, because it's just all over the place, okay? Right next to my house right here, there's a McDonald's. So every time I'm gonna come back, I know I'll be bouncing around, but right here, that McDonald's, and when I drive by that McDonald's, it is like jam packed, jam packed. And the Starbucks, jam packed, jam packed. And every time I drive by, what do I say? I say, God, if it be your will, I would like to earn at least 10% a month of what those two businesses make in a day. Can you imagine? Just 10% of what a Starbucks makes in a week, I want to make in a month. Can you imagine? Starbucks and McDonald's. Every time I pass them, I'll be like, Lord, if it be your will, 10%. That ain't a whole lot. 10%. If I could earn every month 10% of what Starbucks and McDonald's combined make in a week, if I could be allowed to make that in a month. God is faithful, and God is who God is. And if it be his will, it's going to come to pass. And I speak that into existence. But let me get back to this. I can never tell you events to do. Research them, go to their website, look at their gallery. What do you see in the pictures? Do you see a lot of foot traffic? Do you see vending, the vendors? Do the vendors look happy? Do you see people walking with bags? Research them. Also, type in the name of the event on Google. And if an event comes up and they got news coverage, that's good stuff. If they got news coverage and they have news coverage like every year, that's good stuff. Or if you could Google them and all of a sudden they come up, what they've been doing, what they have, like all that kind of stuff. But if you type in the name of an event, nothing comes up for them. Or you go to their Facebook page and it's like, they got like 4,000 people and nobody communicates and nobody says anything, or they're posting, but they don't have a very engaged, following. To me, that's not good stuff either. So you do have to research, and then sometimes you just got to try things out. And even if you do it and you take your there's a barcode that you can get too, because I always talk about the paper. You can take the clipboard with you and then have people to do that too. But there's also a barcode. What's the name of that thing? It's a code, a QR. Is it a QR code? But it's a code that you can use too. And I'll put some information up about that you could use too, where you could just scan and then do that type of thing as opposed to doing the paper. But everybody don't want a lot of people are not into it. So I would suggest still use a little clipboard. And then those who want to do the code, right? But as far as like, and how much to charge, I can't tell you that. That's not something I could tell you. Events, can't tell you that. Just got to research. And I can't do the research for you. I can do the research for you, but I'll charge you for it. So if ever you reach out to me and you say, Miss Darlene, can you can you look at this for me and then see if it's something, I can do it for you for a small fee. I'll set you free. But outside of that, I don't do just like researching and doing all that stuff for nothing. It's not something that I'm interested in. Chances are, if I haven't already heard of it, already researched it, already looked into it and that type of stuff, I'm not about it. And I spread myself where I spread myself for what I want to spread myself for, right? And keeping in mind that I've done the research, looked into different platforms, did all these type of things. And what works for me, I generally share with other people. I mean, not everything, but a little bit. Not everything, but enough. But I just say get into the practice of researching and, looking those events up and doing that type of thing. And that's all a part of being in business. And if you're planning to take your small business, from what you're doing, because a lot of ladies are like really out there vending and making life happen. They ain't life happen. They ain't playing with it. Okay. They're not playing with it at all. And high five you. I say keep it moving. I'm not mad at you at all. And if that's what works for you, that's what works for you. You find those, different events that work for you, and that's good stuff. That's good stuff. But for me, I can never tell you what to sell, how to sell, or the different events to do. The magazine. So I'm almost done with the magazine, and it's for it's Jewelry by BDK, handmade jewelry magazine, and it's situated for artisans. And I'm thinking I'm gonna probably go more, not just the jewelry, but like people that, like literally handmade items, because I do know the last time when I did the digital magazine and I sent it out and I distributed it to different places and those type things, people were contacting me back, but they weren't jewelry makers. They were doing different things. They might have did sculptures and like all type of handmade things, and were asking if, they would be, if the magazine was open to them. But at the time, see, it was just open to, my hair is like all up in here, just packed up, and I got to do my hair. So I got my little turban on today, right? But I was telling them no at the time, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it up for that, because I do want the magazine to just be full of designers you need to know in the sense of handmade items. So pretty much dedicated to artisans, more so jewelry, but then maybe including a little bit of other stuff into it too. But I'll see. I'll see. So my plan is to mail the magazine out every month when I send out my package for the collaborative shipping. In addition to, I got a couple other avenues and distribution uh, situations that I'm going to be sending the magazine out to and all that type of stuff. So if you're not a part of that Jewelry by BDK Creator Zone, jam on over. Jam on it. Jam on it. Remember that song? Jam on it. Jam on over to the Jewelry by BDK. Darlene. Jam on over to that Jewelry by BDK Creator Zone. Join us because that's where I'm going to be sifting out all the different information as it comes up. And also tomorrow is the day that we're going to be starting the voting for people who have posted the most unique pieces in the last week, maybe week and a half, I think, because we started January the 1st. So January the 1st, the voting begins tomorrow. So I'm going to post up a post. And if you see something unique, you see a designer that you like, the post that I post, you're just going to put that person's name. If you want to put a heart with it too, you can do that, but you can put the person's name. And then at the end of the week, Saturday is when I will go in to count it and see how many votes each person got, and whoever got the most votes, that person is going to get a $50 deposit to their Cash app, right? So that's good stuff right there. And then there's some other things that I'm working on too for that group over there. But anyway, I hope I answered the questions. So I can't do that. I'll be crossing the line if I did that. But anyway, I'm going to boogie up out of here. I'm going to run off. I'm going to go do some stuff. I'm going to go find these little containers that I need. Probably at the dollar store. And then guess what, family? We'll talk.